This is Eric Moore with Moore.com as we come to the end of the week for this options expiration week for January 17, 2020 is what I'm trying to say. Here's how the markets are about to close for the end of the week and what is going to go into the history books as a great trading week for the market, as the market is trading pretty much at all-time highs as it continues this very strong move to the upside. All right, let's begin by taking a look at the S&P 500. And we can see another week has gone by, and here we are at fresh all-time highs. And by now, we shouldn't be surprised. The market has been giving us this look for a couple of weeks. We can see S&P 500 did move. There is a closing bell above RSI 69.1 as of middle of December. And as I've been saying, as long as the market is holding above this number, don't be surprised to continue seeing this stable to outright bullish market. And again, the more we stay above this level, the more we are going to be spiking even further with higher, bigger momentum. It's just what happens when a market is moving and holding above 69.1. Every week, I've been giving you this as an example of what to expect when a market holds above 69.1. We can see this phase here where the market had a nice bullish run. In fact, you'll notice it picked up momentum while holding above that 69.1 threshold. So we'll pretty much expect the same. Whoa. As long as we are holding above 69.1, you can see here, if you knew what to expect, once that market moved above 69.1, then you can't honestly be surprised by this uptick in momentum and the size of each bar. So that's the S&P 500 on the weekly. Take a look at the monthly. And again, the same thing here. Monthly now holding above 69.1. And again, you'll notice a pickup of momentum. This is typical of what happens when a market is holding above 69.1. And again, here's a good example here. In 2017, in fact, let's peel out so we can get more data. And we can see here from 2015 all the way to about, let's call it somewhere in this area here, this period, the market was sideways at best. It's something like here. Sideways at best, and then bang, bang. That magic number was eclipsed, and we had a fantastic 2017 with that entire year plus more, market holding above 69.1 throughout all this process here. And you'll notice towards the end of this move, we had a pickup in momentum. So if the bulls want to take this market lower, they need to push the market back below the 69.1 threshold. On the daily, if you're not familiar with the 69.1 level and its power, I'm sure you're surprised by the recent market uptick. But if you know that simple rule, which is my own researched concept, even on the daily here, we can see the S&P 500 has been holding mainly above 69.1 over the last month. And that's why momentum continues to be very strong. Now, last weekend, I was talking about the fact that even if the market was to pull back, don't expect a major pullback until we drop below either of these recent daily RSI lows. So you can draw one here. It's only when the market finally breaks below this level we can start considering the possibility of a major plunge. That has to take place first and foremost. And also, we can draw a one-year trend line of the RSI. The market would need to break this line before there can be any substantial damage to the current bull market run. So we can expect the market to have a significant drop until we drop below the 50-day moving average. And at some point, if this market is going to go into a major bear market, first and foremost, it would have to drop below the 200-day moving average. As we can see, we are miles away from those two moving averages, so the bulls are going to be in control for a while, even with pullbacks until we start breaking these moving averages and we fail to recapture them. In other words, we can move back and fail, move back and fail until we see these types of bearish big picture formations. This market continues to be stable to outright bullish. So since the market continues to have momentum, if you really want an in-depth look at the market and you had no opportunity of watching last weekend's market analysis video, I would encourage you, if you have time, take a look at this video here during this long weekend, because I go into detail about the big picture as far as the market is concerned, and it also explains why we seem to be having this very strong uptick in the market. My comments for GLD, GDX, silver by way of SLV, even WTIC crude oil or USO, and also my analysis on Bitcoin, TSX, the Canadian market, and the Nifty have not changed materially. So yet again, I will refer you to last weekend's market analysis video, which goes into more detail. And as I've said in this video, not much has changed this week, so no need to rehash the same points and analysis. As I conclude this video, I wanted to do things a little different and take a look at some of the stocks that have been doing great for us. And we can see this one, which I've mentioned previously, the breakout level was somewhere here. Now, take a look at this stock, and what I'm trying to get at is whenever you see a market taking stocks to such extreme heights in a very short time, that's a very toppy market, and at some point this market is going to have to break this momentum. And the question becomes when. But whenever you start seeing stocks taking off, like we are seeing this type of a stock here, just taking off, this tells me that we need to be sensitive. At some point, this market is going to change. Here's another recent pick for subscribers. I'm just going through some list here. This stock has done great this month of January, already up about 67% for the month. I believe the breakout was somewhere here in the 7s a couple weeks ago, and we did time that correctly somewhere here. And again, this is not something that is unique to one stock. A strong bull market will take stocks to such extreme hyperbolic moves. But I also have to caution you, because if you've been long in the business, you know that what the market is concealing, which is the other side of this, which is a massive plunge by the market and some of these leadership stocks, if not all of them, at some point. So it's always good to lock in profits as the market continues to give. Don't assume that this can be sustained indefinitely. Right now, in fact, the issue becomes what to pick as a stock, because there are so many candidates right now with the market being this hot. It becomes very critical to have a method that can help you capture the best stocks while they're taking off. So that's the key here. The challenge for all of us right now is to have a method, a strong method that can help you own this as it starts picking up momentum. And instead of owning stocks that are just gaining small gains, you want to be able to capture the market euphoria by owning stocks that are really showing strength. So that's what we do. And we can see here a lot of these stocks are pretty much setting the pace for the general market, as in my opinion. They continue to be leadership, and no surprise that they meet the minimum requirements, which is the ultimate the breakout. In fact, here we can see PALL, which is the Palladium ETF. We captured the breakout a couple months ago, which was somewhere here. And we can see it picking up momentum. Why? Because of this. This is the sweet spot, guys. And again, when you see markets doing this, you gotta start being sensitive. for the opposite move because it's coming. Question is when, but there's a sell-off somewhere in the future and it's gonna be a strong, massive sell-off. I guarantee you that. Facts. Alright, so let me conclude here. Take a look at some of the recent picks. In fact, let's take a break here and take a look at this one here. Our entry was at about 29 here for RAPT a couple of days ago. Stock is up about 70% for the month. And here on the weekly, we can see what it looked like here when I sent out that breakout alert, just under 30. And you can see this was a breakout alert for paid subscribers on January 2nd at 29.92, which on the daily we can see why I liked it. That was the breakout level, I believe. And the entry, as I said, was somewhere here once it cleared the breakout level. Not bad. Let's continue on. There's one here that has done well. What I'm trying to show you is that this is unsustainable. Remember, for a long time, this is a stock that was on the way down. And then the market condition has brought it back to life. So at some point, there's going to be a massive sell-off. Needless to say, this is one that I've liked since this breakout here. I believe that was in October. We timed this, I have to say, perfectly right here. And yep, you guessed it right, based on the ultimate Moade breakout method, which is my own method, and you can find this in my YouTube playlist. In fact, I did a quick search and I noticed I've mentioned this stock on multiple occasions over the last couple of months, as it just looked right. And the initial breakout alert was sent on October 2nd when the stock was trading at $6. I have to say that's awesome. And we can see here right now trading at about 11.30. Let's take a look at one more, which is doing great for us this month as it picks up momentum. And why is it picking up momentum? Alright, now I want to show, let's go back and finish with this stock here again, because I really want to emphasize this, because if you really want to own the best of the best just as they begin moving, it makes sense to master this method. This was our initial breakout level, as I just mentioned, and we can see here why. So we really have to understand why, because this is going to repeat itself over and over. In fact, ever since I discovered this method, it's been delivering results pretty much without missing a beat. And we can see here again the minimum requirements, ultimate Moade breakout, and we can see RSI broke out and one of the MACDs broke out as of October 2019. Guys, you can do this on your own. It's very simple. What it needs is a way to find these candidates and to know which ones have those minimum requirements. And of course, if you don't have time, I can do the research for you and send you timely alerts for a modest fee. Eric Moade with Moade.com. As always, good luck, peace, and blessings. ECS.